What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me, man. I got a real nice topic for the people, man, tonight, man. I want to tell you, this has been on my mind for a while, and I've been evaluating everybody's training camp. And I want to bring to the attention of the people that I feel like, not even feel, I'm here to declare to you right now that Lamelo Ball and Terry Rozier will do damage this season. I'm telling you, these dudes are going to come out like wild hyenas. I'm trying to tell you, they're going to come out like young gorillas. In LaMelo's case, I think they're going to feed off of each other. I think this is a great partnership. And I stated this last season. These guys really like each other. I think this is real, and we're going to get all into it. But before we do that, I need everybody to hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all. We running the live right now too. We getting everybody prepared for the matchup on Tuesday for the Bulls. And the damn Cavaliers, pardon me. So we breaking down player for player. We got a Lonzo versus Colin Sexton debate, Vooch versus Love. I mean, the list goes on. But shout out to all the real Hornets fans out there. Shout out my man Sam Dracula too. We're gonna have a lot of inside intel from the Hornets. You got the Believe in Hornets podcast. Y'all go check that out. A lot of Hornets greats grace that stage. You understand? So let's get into it. Let's not waste a whole lot of time with the people. Lamelo Ball averaged 15 points per game this season. Terry Rozier put up a 20 ball. So where I'm alluding with all of this is addition by subtraction. I'm trying to tell you right now, my man Devontae Graham. Good Lord. I mean, he was really throwing the monkey wrench in the whole operation. That was just the wrong collection of guards. I'm happy that they ended it in this infant stage because, another situation happened like this years back in Phoenix where you had Isaiah Thomas, you had Dragic, you had Bledsoe. I mean, it just doesn't work when you got all of these guards, on one route. They all can't play together. You understand? As much as they try to say, oh, they could do this, it's not going to work. Oftentimes I found myself, and we've probably found ourselves scratching our heads at some of Devontae Graham's mistakes. A very erratic player. But now with the basketball being a little bit more distinguished on whose roles are whose, I'm expecting LaMelo Ball to have the rock like he should have last season. LaMelo's going to be the decision maker for this basketball team. Terry Rozier is going to be the trigger guy. I feel like where LaMelo is going to feed him where he attacks. Rozier is a sleeper, man. And Rozier is better than a lot of guys think. This man did a lot out there with the Celtics as well. People sleep on what he did with the Boston Celtics. The man went to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron James. I don't want anybody to understate what we witnessed. You understand? So the type of player that's what the Hornets playing with LaMelo Ball, he ain't no spring chicken. You understand? This man knows something. You understand? He ain't just getting this game yesterday. The man has had playoff success. So I feel like this is a guy that LaMelo can lean on, and I think is going to be like his vet. This is the guy that's going to cultivate this LaMelo Ball, where LaMelo Ball is going to blossom into something that we've never seen before. This is something different. It's something rare. It's one of one. We know, you understand? But here we're trying to tell you, we can't understate what Rozier is doing, and you got to give Rozier credit. You understand? Organizing for the team to meet up. They could have waited to training camp. But he's showing his leadership. That lets you know this dude, he been around the block. And you got to give him credit with the relationship with LaMelo because oftentimes in this situation, the vet, he gets a little defensive. Usually they don't want to rock with each other, or because they just automatically feel like you here to take my spot. So you got to give Rozier credit for not engaging in that type of activity, really embraced him and wrapped his arms around LaMelo. I think homage needs to be paid for that. So shout out to Terry Rozier, and the Hornets, and you look at some of these other backcourts, when you're looking at right now, we talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, for instance. Why can't they be better than them? Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. Who you taking? I know Colin Sexton is an underrated player, but I'm going to roll with Lamelo. I'm expecting Lamelo to get to a 20 point per game guy. If he's not a 20 point per game guy, he's definitely going to be 19 points because he averaged 15. I'm expecting. I think Melo is going to be 20 plus. You understand? Rozier gonna be 20 plus because Lamelo gonna be feeding him. He averaged 20 this season. There's no more Devontae Graham. There's gonna be more shots to spread around, and they got more guys that fit. And I think these guys could play off one another and get the rest of these guys involved. I like what the Hornets did. They got Book Knight. They got Kai Jones. They have Kelly Oubre. You understand? Plumlee. You understand? This roster, they have some talent on this roster, ladies and gentlemen. So for everybody that think that the Hornets is just going to be some doormat that people just walk over, I don't know. Do they need to improve defensively? Of course. But when you think about everything else, I think they got it. And the relationship with Borrego was written off. People didn't like him, but he's gotten behind these guys. And another reason why these guys are going to do damage, they're comfortable. LaMelo's not going nowhere. Rozier don't have to look over his shoulders. Oh, my God, they could trade me and elevate LaMelo. No, we locked you up. The man just got a big-time maximum contract. You understand? Was a 90 plus? Good Lord. You understand? The man is loaded. So pay homage on that. And you see him wearing the sneakers. The relationship is definitely something different. You could tell they really rock with each other outside of basketball as well. And that's all going to make sure things are ironed out on the court. Michael Jordan, it's time, man. It's time for Charlotte to do big things. And these two guys are gonna it's gonna bring them to fruition. A lot of people laughed when they got rid of Kemba and they brought in Terry Rozier. A lot of people probably thought this shit, what the hell? This is a downgrade. I was one of the people who thought the Hornets was gonna be one of the worst teams in the history of the game of basketball. When they lost Kemba Walker, I really thought they was gonna be one of the worst teams in the history of the game of basketball. So it's just a very tricky situation. It's crazy how they altered. They did they scored a high draft pick with the third pick in the draft. And they got Lamelo. When they picked up Lamelo, that was the deciding factor. You understand? That changed life. You understand? Michael Jordan, he could sleep a little better at night. I'm pretty sure he was sleeping comfortably because the man just got damn all this damn money. So I would only imagine. You understand? But the Hornets, it is a bad stigma on his resume, even though his resume is long. You understand? There's only so much you could kind of fool with Michael Jordan with. But he was taking a beating through the years with the Hornets. Even he done lost friendships. You've seen what happened with Charles Barkley. Barkley can't talk shit no more. You understand? Now only homages need to be paid because they got two young gorillas. Well, Rozier, like I said, he's pretty much in his prime. LaMelo's a young player who's going to enter his prime. I don't see LaMelo Ball going anywhere from Charlotte because unless they completely drop the ball, which I don't. Charlotte seems to me that they've put themselves in position to acquire free agents where I feel they will be a free agent destination due to LaMelo and Rozier. I think with all of that rubbing off, that's going to be great to sit in a free agent meeting to sit down with LaMelo and Rozier and Michael and all that. That's going to be something. And Charlotte hasn't had that in a while. So definitely, I want to know everybody's thoughts. Do you feel like LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier will do damage this season? I really want to know your thoughts. Because like I said, I believe they are. You look at Kemba Walker and Fournier. Why can't they be better than them? You look at Kyle Lowry and who the hell would be there? Would it be Tyler Hero? I'm not sure. But nonetheless, some of these other teams have better collection of parts than the Hornets. So you got Rozier, you got LaMelo, but then what else? Is Gordon Hayward going to take it up a notch? Is PJ going to do his thing? Is Bridges going to take it up another level? These are the $1 million questions for the Hornets because at some point, they're going to have to get another scoring punch. But I believe they're going to do it by committee. They have a collection of guys who could put the basketball on the floor. And in turn, that's going to elevate them. But nonetheless, look out for LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier this season, because if they're not on your radar, they need to be. Okay, it's Flight Sports TV. You heard it here first. Hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. And hit the bell on the icon, because you never know when we going live. Shit, we might be live right now. We're getting up out of here. It's Flight Sports.